Welcome guys to another edition of Newsbytes, where I give you tech news and product releases all wrapped up in about 5 minutes or so. So obviously the big announcement over the last week was the AMD Zen 3 launch, which was streamed on YouTube. A lot of anticipation for this event. A lot of people waiting to see whether this could be the moment that AMD finally topples Intel and takes the gaming CPU crown. Well, as expected, they have made significant gains with a 19% improvement in instructions per clock, and they've done this primarily by changing the way the individual cores communicate across the cache on the die. So it's a significant step forward for AMD, and the gains were demonstrated on a R9 5900X versus an R9 3900 XT, which reflected in real-world 1080p gaming. Was able to show gains as low as 5% in Battlefield 5, all the way up to 50% in League of Legends. Generally across the board in terms of games, there was a at least double-digit performance improvement. So really impressive stats, and they've done this whilst improving the power efficiency by 24% as well. So hats off to AMD for that. Just to put this into a bit more context, so Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's a game which is commonly used for CPU benchmarking in games, resulted in a jump from 141 frames per second on a 3900 XT all the way to 181 frames per second on a 5900X. So a sizable chunk, the increase on your frames per second. So they're going to start the launch of these new CPUs on November the 5th. The 5900X will retail at $549, 5800X at $449, and the 5600X at $299. So, as I suspected, they're going to be slightly higher than the current CPUs, and as to whether you'll be able to get your hands on one on that date is anyone's guess, really. I do want to throw the cat amongst the pigeons here though a little bit, and I know I could be opening myself up to all kinds of comments in the down below, but certainly in the UK the pricing isn't looking that great. I've seen pricing on some retailers' sites having the 5800X being about 28% higher than the current price of the 3800X, which is a significant difference. And if the big push here is the performance improvement in gaming, then I think you have to ask yourself the question, would you be better off spending that cash on a better GPU and get a CPU you can actually buy now? But let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Are you waiting it out? Are you going to get one of the new CPUs, or have you gone for one of the current generation ones? Either way, the ball's firmly in Intel's court now, with AMD committing to their rolling plan of innovation and improvement. I think unless Intel comes out with something soon, it might be actually too late for them to catch AMD. Elsewhere, problems continue for the new NVIDIA RTX 30 series graphics cards. Supply is still an issue, with NVIDIA reportedly now not selling the Founders Edition on their own website, and leaving the sales of these up to partners instead. I'm not entirely sure this is a good move for the consumer, especially those outside of the US, and could effectively really help keep prices artificially high. Time will tell, but there are plenty of reports of very low quantities of stock being delivered. I think if you don't have one in your hands already, then it could be a long wait unless production ramps up dramatically. Given the problems with the 3080, this really doesn't bode well for the 3070, and actually it could backfire on NVIDIA and leave the field open for AMD if they can get their act together with the new RX 6000 cards. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to see if they can sort it out. Christmas is coming. Demand's going to be even higher, and they certainly don't have the stocking levels going in at the moment. So last update I mentioned about MSI and their BIOS updates supporting new for the new CPUs. So Asus is another big manufacturer that started rolling out BIOS updates to support the new Ryzen CPU. This time they're doing it for their 400 series boards, so if you've got one of those, then things are looking good on that front. I'm sure we'll see announcements from other manufacturers as the weeks roll by, but it really is good to see manufacturers finally rolling out these BIOS updates. In new product launches, so if you're someone who uses a NAS or is planning to get one, then Synology and QNAP have got you pretty much covered on this at the moment. So Synology have launched a new 6-bay NAS, the DS1621 Plus, and this apparently is the fastest NAS in the Plus series, and they've done this by including a quad-core AMD Ryzen CPU in it. So it's going to be pretty quick, and it comes with dual M.2 2280 slots on it as well, so you can get NVMe SSDs on there to help boost the caching on it. All round, it's looking to be quite a high performance NAS. I've got no official pricing on this yet, but I have seen pricing on retailers' sites of anywhere between £1,200 and £1,500 mark. So quite the premium product. Definitely not for the home use, I guess, unless you're used to spending that kind of money on a NAS. QNAP, on the other hand, they've released their 4-bay TS451D2, which is powered by an Intel dual-core CPU, and you can get this in either 2 or 4 gig variants. This is probably more suited to the home or Soho user, given its considerably cheaper price point. And you can expect this to come in at around the £400 mark, which is comparable with some of their other products at the moment. And finally, on the product launches, Corsair have launched their K100 RGB gaming keyboard. Very nice looking it is as well. It's an aluminium frame. It's PVT double shot keys on it, and quite a nice feature as well on it. It features a multi-function IQ control wheel on the top of the keyboard, 44 zone RGB light edge, and comes with a choice of switches. So you've got the Cherry MX Speed silver switches, or you can go for the optical mechanical with Corsair's new OPX key switches. Retail price on this is going to be £229. So yeah, you better like your RGB mechanical keyboards. As always, I'll put links to the items in the description if you want to check them out. That about wraps it up for this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comments down below if you've got any questions, and please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.